Good morning, everyone. It's Jen. Thanks for joining me this morning. So I just wanted to touch base with you because over the last couple of days, I have been prepping for our teal pumpkin video. And for those of you who aren't familiar, the Teal Pumpkin Project is an initiative that was started by FAIR, which is the Food Allergy Research Education Organization. It was started a few years ago to include children at the Halloween time, those that have food allergies. So be sure to check out FAIR's website, or you could check out my video this weekend to learn a little bit more. But as I was doing the prep for the video, I really started to think about Safe with Jen and our mission. And the mission simply is to bridge the gap between those that have food allergies and those that don't. And part of that is accommodating those with food allergies. And so I got to thinking, why is it, do I think that people don't accommodate? Sometimes it baffles me, right? Because there's so much information out there now about food allergies and how they can be fatal in some cases. And so why is it that people don't want to accommodate? And short of the obvious answer that there are some people out there that just aren't going to do it. They are unkind or just innately are that way. And it doesn't have to do with food allergies. It's just sort of the way that they live their life. Those aren't necessarily the people that I'm talking about. I'm talking about those that know about food allergies and have it within them to accommodate, but they won't. And here's the answer I think I came up with. I think that there's a lot of answers, but the one that I think nags on me a little bit is hypocrisy. And here's what I mean by that. So let me give you an example of how it can translate into another area of life. So I have a friend who absolutely wants to get a tattoo. She is really, she's just interested in them now. But for years she wasn't, and so she won't get one. She feels like she'd be a hypocrite. She spoke out against them. She thought that they were the worst thing you could do for your body. But now she's changed her mind, but she still won't do it because she feels like a hypocrite. Here's what I'd like to say to all of you. As humans, we evolve and we change and we mature, and you reserve the right to change your mind at any time of your life, okay? So you certainly don't need my permission for that, but if you need permission, there you go. You have permission to change your mind and do whatever you want with your life. And so how does that translate into accommodating for food allergies? Well, here's the thing. I think that people are just starting to learn within the last few years about food allergies and how serious they are, okay? Food allergies have been around for some of us for decades, but in general, I think as a society, we're just starting to get the research. I think it's in its infancy in terms of educating the public, those that don't know what they don't know, right? So I think that part of it has to do with people being afraid to speak up and say, I was wrong, right? They might feel like a hypocrite. I was so convicted in how I felt about not accommodating for those with food allergies that how do I turn around now and say, I'm sorry, or I was unkind, or I didn't know what I didn't know. And so just flipping it on its head and saying, you know what, I've evolved and I've learned. And I think it might be hard for some people to admit that, right? So as a food allergy community, I think it's super important that we forgive those that aren't accommodating, or those that come to us and say, I was wrong. And so let's not make it hard for people to do that, okay? So I think that's a message for our community, and I think in general we do, but let's make it easy for people to come to us and say, I think it's time. Let's give them the opportunity to do that as well, right? Let's teach them about the mission of Safe with Jen and how we can bridge that gap and give people permission to come and say, hey, listen, I didn't know what I didn't know. And so I'd like to help now. So I think that that's just a little piece maybe of why people don't accommodate. And I think that we can change that. Okay. So just a quick little thought and note for today to let you know that I'm thinking about you all, trying to come up with ways that we can come together as a community to make life better for those with food allergies, especially our children at Halloween time. So be sure to look for my video this week, the Teal Pumpkin Project video that will be blasted on all of our social media, on our Facebook page, our YouTube channel. We'll do some notes and pictures on our Instagram account. We have Tumblr now. And as always, you can go to safewithjen.com. I want to thank you all for tuning in today. Thank you so much. Shoot me a message if you want to reach out. Looking forward to hearing from you all. Thanks. Take care.